Hello everyone. In this video we will see about standard building rules and codes. I will explain you about National Building Code 2016 and AP Building Rules 2017, and I will tell you the origin of this particular codes. So why we are calling it as National Building Code, and where are we using this particular code? So what is the applicability of these codes? So why we are calling these rules? So National Building Code is applicable all over the country, and wherever we want to construct a building or any infrastructure, we need to consider the rules from the National Building Code. So it is developed by the experts in order to provide some conditions while constructing buildings. So we'll see different kinds of things in this National Building Code. So when we will discuss what are the available things in this National Building Code briefly. So it covers urban planning including town planning. So it means when we are planning a city or when we are planning a town, so what are the things we need to consider? So if we see, like I'll show you some sample. So here if you see, let us say it's some particular area in a town. So if you are developing the green spaces, you are providing the street light systems, we are providing the high-rise buildings and normal buildings. There are roads, there are certain utilities that are required for the buildings. So all these things, whatever the conditions required for these things, we will see in these codes. So when it comes to the land use system, so these codes provide regulations for land use and construction of buildings. So land use is nothing but so you might hear this residential zone, commercial zone, industrial zone, like that. So when we develop the master plan for a region, so that particular master plans will define these zones. So when you see some urban development area master plan like Vuda master plan or Guda master plan, Godavari urban development area, so whenever you see these plans, you will find the land use. So the land use is nothing but so it is the demarcation of areas, like in particular region only industries are allowed, in particular region only residential development is allowed. So whatever the regulations to be followed in classification of these land use, that is found in this particular NBC, National Building Code. So we'll understand it later when we are developing city level infrastructure and all. So right now, for building planning purpose, you need not to go into that level. So as of now, you can try to understand what it is, but the application, what you do, like whatever the applicability is limited to the planning now. In this training you'll learn all the planning aspects and building planning, designing estimations, like that. So land use is nothing, when for the land use topics and all, we'll cover a separate lecture where we'll explain you about urban planning and city development, like that. So as of now, concentrate on the rules specifically to building construction. So planning for economic and social development means so when we are developing some area, so like when we are developing some particular commercial space, those zones should follow certain criteria. So those criteria will be seen in this NBC. When we are also planning roads and bridges, when we are providing some water supply systems to the different locations, like domestic water supply systems, industrial water supply systems, whatever infrastructure we are providing, we need to follow these rules. Coming to the public health systems, like sewer systems, drains, everything. So how, like you might get a doubt, like you know everything, you might have studied about these systems, water supply systems in environmental engineering, and also the sewerage systems in EE. And in transportation you might have seen the roads and bridges. You know how to design these, you know how to what different components of these particular infrastructure systems. But what does NBC gives? NBC gives you the specification for that particular item. Like if you want to construct a drain, suppose if we want to construct a drain, so what is the minimum width that should be provided in the drain? So what are the components that are available in drain? What are the slopes we need to maintain while constructing the drainage? Similarly, if you are going to bridges, what type of bridges we can construct, what type of material we need to use, what is the specification of particular bridge component, and what are the main importantly what are the standard codes we need to use while constructing that part. Like when we are constructing an RCC building, we will use IS 456. Similarly, each and every item has its standard, so standard specification should be followed. What NBC gives is it extracts everything from those standards and gives you the detailed specifications. So if you are going to construct a building of particular size, like it in some 200 square yards or 300 square yards, so what is the minimum area you can be utilized for main building? What is the area we need to provide for garden spaces? What is the area we need to provide for different components? Let us say if suppose if we see this is the plot area, let us say, so this is the road and this is the plot area, and we haven't constructed the building all over the space, all over the available space. We have left some space here and here. So these spaces are compulsory required, and how much space we need to leave, that is given in these codes, building codes and all. Here if we see in this, if this is the plot area, the building has been constructed here at this portion only, and the remaining space utilized for the green space and for circulation area, like this. So the minimum requirements, so we can say the minimum requirements that need to be followed are presented in these codes. And again, coming to the fire services are very important at these times, because we see major fire accidents every time in the buildings. So whenever fire erupts, what are the counter fire systems we need to provide? So fire hydrant systems or fire retardant systems. So even if some fire servicemen need to enter the building, there should be some provisions preliminarily. We need to construct them, like fire escape systems, fire exits, and spacious staircases, like that. So it comes in high-rise buildings majorly. So when we go for high-rise development, so we need to consider all these conditions, like related to fire also. So in case of small ground floor buildings and all, we may not consider this, but it is important to follow all safety provisions that are listed in the building codes. Okay. And then urban forestry, protection of environment and promotion of ecological aspects. So if you see here, we can say this is an urban area. So instead of using all the space for buildings, they have given some green space. So apart from this, they can develop all this space as a green space. So this comes under some kind of urban forestry, like every building should follow some principle to develop the green space. And also if we see some cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore or Vijayawada, you see a lot of trees planted along the roads, the medians and all. So these are all comes under urban forestry. So what these codes do is they suggest how much space we need to use for the green place, minimum space we need to consider for the green space. So all these things you will find in the NBC. So next, coming to other things we find in this code are like provision of urban amenities and facilities such as parks, gardens, playgrounds. Same, if you see this particular area, we can see the garden space, we can see the street lights and all. So how much what are the amenities we need to provide, everything will be presented in the code. Here one more important thing is public amenities including street lighting, parking lots, bus stops and public conveniences. What does that, I mean, every street has street lighting and every road has bus stops and all. What we find in the NBC is how much spacing we need to give while we place a street light. So if you see, I can place this street light here. I mean, so I can place this street light here, or I can move it very far. Okay, but it might not give it might not give better lighting facilities. So they will give you the minimum width that need to be taken care of, and maximum spacing that we need to provide while designing these utility requirements. Like so whenever we plan something, we need to follow the rules so that everything is covered as per to benefit the public. End of the day, so that should be utilized. So whenever we providing a street light, it should give light to the street instead of scatteredness. Like if we kept the lights far away, it might not be useful. So these codes give you the specifications for them. So what is the material we need to use, what is the lumens we need to use in lighting, everything. Like if you see, this is the National Building Code books. We have 2 volumes, volume 1, volume 2. We are not giving you these right now because it has a lot of content, and later on, after your studies or during your free time, just search for these books and try to learn something from these book. Because if you want to be a construction expert, like if you want to be a planning expert or building construction expert, you need to know everything that is involved in construction. So this is the best source of learning everything related to the construction of buildings. So whenever you get a chance, you try to develop knowledge in this particular book. So let us see. And we in this training program, we are covering you, I mean, we are giving you detail about AP building rules only. So AP building rules is nothing but it is an extract of NBC. So the state also develops some rules, but they can't put their own rules and all. So they have to extract from this NBC, and they can do slight modifications based on the conditions of the state, and they will provide you some other rules. So those rules we study because we majorly concentrate on AP state planning activities. So in this case, we'll go through AP building rules only. Now let us see how this NBC is formed, like how this got evolved and what are the versions of this, and then jump to the AP building rules. So let us see the history of NBC. So NBC means National Building Code, and this National Building Code idea has been developed in 1965. In 1965, panel of experts appointed by Planning Commission to study the whole scope of operations involved in construction, such as administrative operations, organizational, financial, technical, etc. That means a plan. I mean, you all know that there will be a planning commission, and it for the country. So planning commission takes all the activities that need to be carried out in future. Like it's not only related to the construction. This planning commission will take care of everything. Like there will be a committee, and they will take all the decisions, and they will plan all the things that need to be followed in next 5 years or so. So it's a planning commission. It's not our topic now. Let's see. In 1965, this planning commission put a panel of experts to develop something that involved in construction. So that involves construction activities, all the construction activities. So in 1968, the report on economies in construction costs recommended that there should be a unified code in the national level. So there should be a book, like let us say there should be a code that should put all the regulations, that should put all the recommendations and specifications in one book. So, and they asked ISI means Indian Standards Institute, now it is called as BIS, Bureau of Indian Standards, to develop a code. And then it got evolved after 1968. The first version is released in 1970, and then again the first revision was done to the NBC in 1983. So revisions means whenever the major changes occur in the codal provisions, we'll revise the book and we'll republish. I mean, the BIS republished the book with a revision. So in 1983 it got first revision. So, and then amendments means some slight changes, whatever minor changes are there, they will be given as amendment. And again after 1983, in 2005, the second revision has come. So from the second revision there might be some more changes. So now we are using third revision, that is published in 2016. So you see here the third revision came in 2016, and again based on this NBC third revision, AP rules also changed. So that's why we have got new GO in 2017. Okay, earlier we are using GO of 2006 and 2008, like that. Now after 2016, AP building rules has been changed and a new set of rules has been introduced by state using by means of government order, that is GOMS 119. So this is about NBC basically. So you might have got some understanding about National Building Code. So we are not generally saying in particular about NBC here. So whatever we study in AP building rules, that is an extract of NBC. But in future, whenever you got some chance to read the NBC, try to learn the National Building Code so that you can become some construction expert. So it's a great opportunity for you to learn these things, because at this point of time you can learn many things, and when you started your career, like, you might not have time to learn. Like I can say, whenever you join some job, you will be doing the job activities, and you don't have time to learn all these things. So particularly whenever you have time, you just try to learn different things that are available. Everything is available online right now. Like you can just Google it and find different resources to study this. So let us go to AP building rules. So why we are concentrating on AP building rules? Because so we as a consulting firm, like we are as a planners and engineers, we are able to give everything. I mean, we need to plan in respect to the authorities. Like so now when we are planning for a building in Guda region, Godavari Urban Development Area region, so it is falling in AP, and the administration is related to the AP state. So we need to follow the rules, a set of rules published by AP government only. Even I can use the NBC rules wherever required. So, and I'm saying again, NBC AP rules are nothing but these are the extracts from NBC. So you don't confuse, like whenever I say AP rules means it is different than NBC. So whatever we are using in AP rules are extracts from National Building Code only. It's a summarized version of NBC that can be followed in our state. So what does this GO says? So if you see this GO, you can see the government have issued comprehensive building rules and other related rules which are applicable to municipal corporations, municipalities, Nagar Panchayats, and areas covered by urban development authorities in state. These building rules are regulating the building activities in the above areas in the state. So what does this mean? So this GO is applicable to all kinds of municipalities, municipal corporations, Nagar Panchayats, etc. I'll show you clearly. So here we can see what does that statement says is, all whatever the construction activity taken in these particular regions we have to follow these rules. That means when we want to construct a building in some region, let us say most of the students are from Pittapuram. So Pittapuram municipality, if you want to construct some building over there, so you need to take permission from the concerned authority. So your concerned authority will be Pittapuram Municipal Corporation. If it is a municipality, Pittapuram Municipal Corporation will be there. But right now it is part of Guda, so we'll take permission from Godavari Urban Development Area. So what I'm saying is wherever you want to construct something, you need to take permission from particular authority. So what these rules are applicable to all the authorities like Metropolitan Region Development Authority, Capital Region Development Authority, Urban Development Authorities, municipal corporations, municipalities, Nagar Panchayats, and Gram Panchayat areas covered in master plans and industrial areas. So if we see the geographical boundaries of a state, so the state has, I mean, if we see the state boundaries, we can see the geographical boundaries are one side we have sea and the other side we have other states, and we can call these. So what does geographical boundaries means? Natural formations like rivers, mountains and all. But every state have the administrative boundaries also, so we call them as administrative boundaries. So we will explain you in detail about these boundaries and all in urban planning lectures. So that is a separate class you will have in next coming weeks. So just I'm giving you a brief because I want to explain you about these what are these Metropolitan Region Urban Development Authorities and all these. If we see the administrative boundaries of the state is divided into districts. So in AP we have almost 13 districts as of now. So every state will be divided into districts, and again every district has mandals. So each and every district has some 5 mandals or 6 mandals or 10 mandals like that, and again each and every mandal will be divided into revenue villages and at the same time towns. So you might see some towns, you might see some revenue villages, and again the revenue villages will be subdivided into some other habitations like that. So these are the administrative boundaries. Now coming to the development perspective of the state, the administration has been reorganized and they have divided the boundaries like this. Like they clubbed some towns and some villages and they call them as municipal corporations. So in some mandals we'll see different municipal corporations like Kakinada Municipal Corporation. So Kakinada, if you see Kakinada Municipal Corporation, it contains all Kakinada town and some extended parts of Kakinada like rural parts of Kakinada, including some villages. Similarly, we see all the municipalities and we see urban development authorities. Like urban development authority comprises of different villages and different towns, municipal corporations, everything. So if you see urban development authority area, means it's a huge region. So every particular authority have their power, so to control the building construction activities. So whatever they can do is if you are not following any kind of rules, they will come and they will penalize you. Like they will give you some fees and they will ask you to pay the penalties and all. And sometimes if it is not following any kind of rules, they may demolish the structure also. So they have power to such kind of powers. So to apply such kind of powers, they need to follow these building rules. So and again these rules are not completely applicable in all villages, but only few Gram Panchayat areas which are covered in master plans and general town planning schemes. So the master plans are available for all regions like Guda region, Vizag Urban Development Authority, and CRDA, let us say Capital Region Development Authority. Everyone has their own master plan, and they have considered some gram panchayat areas to be falling in the master plan. So in those areas also they need to consider these rules while construction. That means you can't say like we cannot we can construct anywhere in normal villages. That is not possible actually. Okay, that is not safe. So whatever we do, we need to practice safety measures, though whenever we follow certain rules, those safety measures can be considered everywhere. So the applicability of these rules are in these following locations as of now. And industrial area local authority means, you know, APIAC colonies and all, so industrial areas, some special economic zones also there, so any PCIR region like that, in those areas also these rules applicable. So this is about AP building rules and NBC. So in the next video you will see what are covered in AP building rules, and then later after that we will go for deep into the chapters clearly. Okay, thank you. If you have any any questions or doubts, just post in the comments below, so that we will be responding you accordingly. Okay, thank you.